Hostile PC.
Gosh damn it, that stupid fucking truck! Dang it! Sorry for my voice. Sorry for my words. Just not having a good day. Well, certainly the problem with being here is that I'm not going to get any repairs.
Identify. Hostile PC.
Identify target.
Hostile PC.
Ridiculous. Well, darn. Y'all dang it. Well, looks like we're going to have to go to number 1. Let's look at number 1 and see what we can come up with. Insane DPS, man.
Target locked. Target gone.
Goodness. Driving like a maniac here. Oh, there's another dead tank. Yes, just love them. Out in the middle of nowhere. Dang it. All right, now we got to get on 7.
Identify target.
Hostile tank.
Identified.
Hostile truck.
Squad. Identified.
Hostile tank.
Come on! Darn it! Damn! Hey Alice, how does it feel to get handled in all your OP tanks? Oh, excuses. Handled in your OP tank. Protein bars, woo! No, I haven't eaten all day. No, I haven't drank all day. I haven't done anything. Whew. Man, the grind is real. What can I do for upgrade? I can do battle hardened, which gives me what? Vehicle reputation by 25% credits and 25% more crew and commander experience after every match. 25% more credits, 25% everything for 2,700 gold. Wow. That's insane. There's a couple 100,000 credits. Can I do this one? Nope. Can't unlock that. Got everything else. Heck yeah. Stingray 2. Leopard 2AV, Leopard 2A5. Hey there, thanks for joining me. Welcome to Armored Warfare. I'm Grethel. How are you? Please feel free to leave me some comments if you like to watch streams on YouTube or Twitch is better. I will happily oblige. It makes no matter to me. I'm currently in the queue for Global Ops, and you can see the queue is kind of brutal. There's only 12 people in it. I'm sure they've got 2 games going. It was up to 50 about 10 or 15, well, maybe in about an hour ago. But PvP is even worse. So this game is definitely struggling from tanker ship. We need more tanker ship in order to make this thing work. Hey, there we go. Now we're coming back up in the player queue. Well, this is the Tier 7 Stingray. This is a light tank with a big gun. You can see so in the dealers here. I have gone down the Shishkin line here, both of these. BMDs, this BMD4 is epic. This thing is always, well, I won't say always, but is most of the time top damage every single time, every single game there's one in it. And the Challenger 1, stupid. This thing is OP, man. Just as OP as the Americans, but man, a Challenger is that thing's tough. It's a hard nut to crack. Got plenty to convert, but I'm not going to buy much more gold. You can see there's a conversion scale here too, so yeah, get to see lots of stuff. That's what that. Saw this tank earlier, didn't know what it was, couldn't read it. Well, there it is. We've got a preview window now. It's the Merkava 2D, or IID. I'm going to say 2D. Kava. Wow, nice baskets. I guess it's got plenty of places for groceries and or bodies. And clearly it's vibrating and running, so that the chains on it are moving around. Really, that's the oddest thing ever. The chains underneath there, I guess, are supposed to detonate rockets, I guess. That's about all I could think that it would be for. But man, look at the extreme slopes on this thing. Holy cow. Oh, let's go take another look at it, see what we're looking at here. So it's a premium, an expensive premium. There's the details. Tier 7. Kava. 2D. Yeah, -7, +7. Good gun handling statistics. 2.7 second aim time. Yeah, it's about average, I would say. But as a premium tank, it's gonna make your you're gonna update your crew a lot faster than you will with the others. So, yeah. Zhang Fen, I still don't know. I mean, other than this WZ-1224 is a roaring tank. The Salter is ho-hum, but this AMX-10 10 RCR is it's a wheeled vehicle clearly, but this thing is boy, this thing is brutal. This thing, yeah, this is a tank. This thing's got a heck of a punch on it. So, if you're looking to just buy a tank, that would be the one to buy. I know that the XM1 is quite OP for its tier. I don't know if it's been taken over. Here's in the last game, if any of you were joining me in the last game, here's that M1134 ATGM. No guns, just missiles, but crap, man, this thing just it's got a shit ton of them. It's got a lot of missiles, and it does a good job of wiping out other tanks, man. Wheeled vehicle, so it can get up and relocate really quickly, and a few other things. So, yeah, that's another pretty high tier tank. If you're just starting out, you're just joining me, and you don't know anything about Armored Warfare, thanks for joining me. I try and live stream every day, as long as I can get queue times. But I mean, clearly you can see we're at 5.5, almost 6 minutes with only 20 people in the queue. So 10 minutes is my maximum, and then I'll switch over to PvP and see if there's anybody there again, and then if not, I usually give it about an hour and then I bounce. So tell one, tell all, bring the clowns out of the car, get all your friends over here, and we need some beginning tankers to kind of make this game a reality. I really think that that this game could be and would be a far better game because of the mechanics and because of the thoughtfulness. And once we get into this queue, if you guys stick around for just a few more minutes, once we get into this global ops queue, I'll show you. They've got something going here, man. This is the global ops is kind of it's a way to break up the PvP monotony. And every game, because it goes for 3 phases, and it's unlimited respawns in a new tank. It's exciting. It's fun again. You know, there's no more 2 to 15 losses in 3 minutes, or or whatever else, like in some of the other tanking games that I'm familiar with. So, few different symbols. You can see that the open symbol, or the open diamond, I believe. Wow, I'm going to tell you this, and now I don't even remember. I believe that's a light tank. The left-facing triangle clearly is a tank destroyer. The solid diamond is a heavy tank. And then we've got a circle, which is a armored fighting vehicle. And then we've got recon vehicles and a couple of others, which, they're all they all fall in the same. They're AFVs. And then, of course, we've got our SPGs, our self-propelled guns, which self-propelled guns are actually really cool in this game. I've got one here from Shishkin. I've got the Pelmaria. The Paladin will be the one that I'm kind of going for. But if you're in Arty and you are in a match with another SPG, which is, I've never seen a sole arty, so you always have another arty on the opposite team. Every time you shoot, your location is pinged for the other arty. The other arty knows right where you're at and can zoom in to your location, and you are spotted for 1 to 3 seconds afterwards. Everybody has smoke, so you can use grenades to hide yourself again, but basically these things are clips. They're auto-loaders with a few seconds in between 3 or 4 shots, depending upon the artillery. They do low roll damage, all HE damage with horrible accuracy, just like artillery really is. They can fire off rapid successive shots, blow tracks off, damage modules, do 1 to 200 damage each time, and they're visible to the other arty. Big advantage is counter arty is encouraged in this game because obviously the arty can see you. It's like, oh, you know, why wouldn't I? That's an easy target. Let's slam that guy, and it works. It keeps the arty from being just I don't want to use the word nuisance because I think it's actually a critical part of game mechanics because it keeps people from just camping in what they determine as the OP spot. You know, you've all been on the map and you can't dig the guy out, and the only thing that really helps is artillery. That's another thing about this game is these guys have taken a lot of time in designing these maps. There are very few locations like that. I don't know of a map that they've removed because of bad play. They've changed it a couple of times, but nothing compared to the other tank games, which their maps just had to be removed because they were just so unbelievably horrible. So clearly, I believe this has a turret that rotates all the way around. By the way, there is a test feature, that test drive that you can drive one of these things and kind of work your way around. This is a pretty radical little tank here, some pretty high DPS and whatnot. This is the Warrior. These pencil little guns, don't let them deceive you. They're firing like depleted uranium rounds and stuff. I mean, they're going through 700 millimeters of armor. They're absolutely brutal. So, wow, I don't know what's going on, but we're upwards of 10 minutes here with 40 people in the queue. I have no idea what seems to be happening here. So, well, we'll just keep. I'll keep jabbing on, and we'll keep stay tuned, and we'll try and get in as quick as we can. The line I'm currently going down right now is the Stingray line, high caliber, light armor, what you'd call a light tank. You can see that the empty diamond leads next to the XM8, which is just a little bit better, and finally leads to the American M8. Clearly spaced armor around the outsides, front, and sides of the turret. You know, the back, you're just going to take the damage, whatever. These guys are really kind of difficult. You see this increase right here on the very back end of this tank. You need to put stuff on this tank that makes your turret traverse speed fast, because if they get behind you, you can imagine this swings all the way around. It can no longer point in the direction or down from where it's at without shooting yourself in the butt. So if you're close, and an up-close engagement, and I'm talking as close away as, as close as this spare gun over here, and they get behind you, you can't shoot them anywhere but in the very, very top of their turret. So, you know, that big caliber gun, that nice big, you know, welcome home gun, hi honey, I'm home, boom, on this light little tank will do you no good. So typically these things have got applique armor and a few other things that really beef up the front, but I mean, we're talking about tanks that have, well, and then, well, I'll just show it. Well, I'll have to show you on the next one. We finally got in. Hooray! We're talking about tanks that can, you know, the average armor penetration on some of these rounds is 700 plus millimeters. So you're probably asking yourself, well, geez, how, I mean, this has got to be a boring game. They just shoot through everything, and you don't live very long, and wow, how boring is that? Actually, it's not. You play your hit points a lot more. You play your angles a lot more. Clearly, these modern tanks have got tremendous angles, but they also play with applique armor, explosive armor, composite armors that really will disconnect things and blow things off. Cool thing about the game, I'm just leaving this up on the screen so you can see what Global Ops is all about and kind of read a little bit about it. But you can visually identify a tank that's been hit and where they've been hit because their applique armor or their explosive reactive armor is damaged. It's black or it's blown off. When you actually hit that tank, it blows pieces of the applique armor off. Like if I get hit on the front end, these pieces of these big bumps on the front, my lower plate here, get kind of taken off, and they can see where to hit me. They just shoot in between where the applique armor is gone, and guess what? You're going to take full pen damage. So, yeehaw! So we're on I spawned at number 3. I kind of screwed up and went this direction here, but I wanted to show you that yellow tank. That's AI. AI are not dummies in this game. They actually can do fairly decent damage. They'll hit us hard. They'll do plenty of damage. So we've got on this tank, I've got to make sure that I keep the front towards my opponent because that's where all my angling is. But let's just go there with these guys. Let's hit up on top of the carrier with these guys. That's another aspect of the game. I was really hoping that they would add more tanks in the game because right now the numbers are low. If the numbers are low and we can't get anybody in, whew, man, we can't get people in. I propose they flood it with AI. Like I said, they've done a really good job of making the AI. I mean, if anything, the AI is grievable. They do a pretty darn good job of good AI. So anyway, there's the T90MS. That right there is one ridiculously angled tank. You can see that thing. It's cow. Unless of course you get it on the right side, like that guy right there, he's going to take full damage. So we spawned again on the 3 line, the J line, which I need to take the third point here. You may see me pushing M down over here and hearing something that sounds like nitrous oxide on my tank. Well, that's exactly what it is. It's kind of a boost for light tanks to get out of dodge really quickly. Brings me up to over 75 kph pretty quickly. Every tank, once you unlock it, has grenades which remove you from the map. Unless, of course, you're within the minimum draw distance, which you're just automatically lit anyway. I've got... looks like this guy's firing off some missiles here. We're going to switch to HEP, which HEP actually... Oh, boy, that's unfortunate. HEP is viable in this game. It doesn't do a lot of damage like it does in other games, but, boy, it's a module wrecker, man. I'm telling you. We're just going to simply sit here and grief this guy until... No effect at all, huh? There we go. Ruined his loader. That's going to take him a lot longer to load now. Easy hit. Ouch. That tank disappeared, so now we're going to start taking damage from these yahoos on the boat. Man, where's this guy? Where is this guy? He's on the boat. He was right there. Fire off a blind shot, but I'm going to stay back here and see if I can grief these guys a little bit, and keep punching at them.
Identified.
Yeah, they're still trying to hit me from the boat here, and that's okay. Well, I'm out of my squash. I'm out of the HEP. This guy's going to come over here, see if we can get some shots on the sides of any of these tanks. I don't think we're going to be able to. Well, it's clearly a carrier. I mean, you can kind of see that. It's kind of cool. So we're going to get out of here and get out of dodge if I get spotted. Oh, by the way, spotting mechanic, everybody has it. That was unfortunate.
Ammo up.
Identify target.
There's the T-80.
Hostile tank.
Go through our smoke here and see if we can get out of his way so he can't hit us. Or, well, he can always hit us through the smoke. He just can't see us, so the likelihood is low. Oh, hey, take that. No, I haven't been drinking a lot. Maybe some. Sorry. If I can stay up here and stay out of the way and at least keep these guys lit for most of our team. They're going to try and go by the side, so I'll be able to get some damage on their. Be able to get some damage on their sides here if they pop out. Oh, that was unfortunate. That was just silly. There we go. What? Spaced armor, but did you see that? How I actually blew the spaced armor off of him? So there, you see that? Now I'm going to zoom right in on him. He's got a little bit different. He's got composite stuff. That's the Chinese tanks. Composite armor, a little bit different. You're not going to blow it off and blow it into pieces, but that was fortunate for me. He just fired, so now I'll just pay for it. Oh. Forgot that was a, yeah, tank destroyer, and I'm horribly angled. Horribly. Or horribly, if you're, I don't know, something. If you're, I don't know, old and Italian, maybe? I don't know. I just think that T90 MS is just one beefy looking tank, and it's almost like the T49 in another tank game. It's a big old starship lid on the top of it. So, all right, now we're into second phase or second stage, whatever you want to call it. You can see that the points have moved. We now have new cap points. We've got some weird circles around here. One that looks like it has a UAV in it, and another one you'll see it looks like it has a bunker in it. Well, that's exactly what they are, bunkers and UAVs. You can get a surprising amount of damage, spotting damage included, any tank that caps one of those points and, excuse me, kind of uses it to their advantage. Uses it to spot everybody. So clearly you're going to take a certain amount of points every time. Boy, I'm not going to hit that chieftain from the front, not with what I've got here. So. Gives you kind of a ricochet angle, tells you when you shot, when you're not going to make it, things like that. So we've got these guys pretty well locked down. They're not in the path. They're not going to be here. See if I can. What? From where? Wow. I don't understand how in the heck he hit me, but okay. That sounds good. Whatever. There's no pin again. We hit his spaced armor. It's not going to be doing any good in front of that guy. So there again, you know, even with 778, that's one of the ways we're going to be able to. Wow, you big dumb heavies. How about you move around? Jeez. That was hilarious. Hi, look at me, I'm in the corner, I'm stuck or something. So, I don't know if you just saw that, but this tank just blew up an ATGM. They've got reactive armor, and they've also got anti-ATGM pods on some of the tanks, and it will actually destroy a missile. It can't do that often. It can only do it once every few seconds. I think it's once every 45 seconds. It depends upon the tank, but it's once every few seconds that you can. That your tank will automatically destroy an ATGM that comes incoming, because ATGMs do a minimum of 500 damage to most tanks. They are They're pretty beefy. And we've got a guy kind of trying to sneak in over here. It's a Leopard 2A. Not much I'm going to be able to do with him. He's got some intense beefy armor, but maybe I can surprise him as he comes through and I hit him in the side here. Oh, he missed. He's moving far faster than I thought. And the reset on the zoom on this thing is quite silly. Every time the tank spawns, you get another reset. So we're just going to punch this guy in the rear here. He's kind of heading up. He's not even paying attention to us. And rightly so, he's headed for 8. So we're just going to load some heat afterwards and see if maybe we can get his side or his back. And we're going to. And he's done. Nice. Now we'll rip on in here and take this point. We're going to have to come back out. Ah, there's some points. I'm going to let these guys have this point, and I'm going to go get this other point that's here and get the spotting damage or the spotting bonus that the UAV is going to give me. It's quite, I mean, it's pretty intense. So I'm going to throw it down by number 9, down by that cap, so we can keep those guys lit up so everybody can see them. So one of the other points that is in here is a stealth bomber. You're going to be able to get a stealth bomber. So yes, you can shut down the UAVs, and yes, the storm just blew in. We're heading to the 4th phase. Well, we're on the 3rd phase. We're in the gist of it now. So visibility is incredibly reduced, even for the UAVs. So yeah, these guys look like they're going to sneak right across. Then I'll be able to punch them in the side. Oh, if I can shoot, that is. You can see that you get a warning when the ATPM comes in. Oh, I just got nuked by a bomb. They clearly got the stealth fighter bomber. And it's one of those capturing points that you can just simply capture. So it's just like getting the other stuff. Did that T-90 get him? Yeah, he did. Yeah. So if you've seen enough, come on over. Grab yourself a free copy of Armored Warfare. Join me, Grethel, here or on Twitch. And come learn some stuff. Come watch me play. Come enjoy some Armored Warfare. It's not as toxic as other games. It is quite friendly, actually. Oh my goodness, I'm just really having a hard time with this heat. Let's load some APCR afterwards. So. See there, I was not far enough away, so my smoke didn't even work. So, and he knows that he's done. So the Abrams is just going to get pecked away. But it's really neat. So the applique armor, as you can see, I went right for the blackened applique armor. So I knew that the applique armor in that point had been hit. And once the applique armor has been hit in that area, it's not. It is far less. It has far less resistance to the penetration of my rounds. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. And well, I'll keep doing this most of the evening. Oh, bummer. Didn't get very good performance, I don't think. What did I do here? Let's look at the teams. Oh, gosh. I only did 4,000. That shooks, man, because you can see that Draco, 17K, Challenger 2, 15K, the M1 over 14. Some of those heavy tanks, boy, if they can just keep those guns going, they can do it. And me as a light tank, I just continue to, well, I just keep running around capping stuff. You know, what do you do? Well, I'm just capping stuff. Well, what is that helping the team? I sure hope so. You know, no, I'm pretty sure it's helping out the team. So, anyway, if you're just joining me, I've just jumped into queue for the new Global Ops queue. The game, you can clearly see there's only 26 people in the queue. It goes by fairly quickly as long as you're upgraded to premium. There is a delay if you're not premium, but that's it's with all of the tank games. I think even War Thunder does that, but I don't know. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Leave a comment before you bounce. Leave a like before you bounce, and you know, tell me if you like YouTube streaming or if you like Twitch better. If you like Twitch, well, gosh, I've got no problem getting over on a Twitch account as well. So you know, we can all play this game together. Why would we want to play together? Well, that's the whole point, Fred. We want to play tanks together. It's the whole point. Ah, Mom. All right. I'll tell him to leave now. I'm going down the Stingray line. Fred, get the heck out of here. No one wants to hear you. I'm going down the Stingray line from Shishkin. I don't know. I like the light tanks, the mobility, and they've got some big boomers. So they do some pretty good damage. The one that I'm in currently right now, if I can keep the gun going all the time and actually pen every round, is over 4K. Then it jumps up to 4,700. Once I get to the tier 9, it jumps to 52. And then once I get to this guy, I'm somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 damage per minute. Yeah, that's right, per minute. This, I don't know if you can see that, but that's over 10,000 damage per minute. 10K, man. 10,277. And then the Terminator is not far behind it at 9,000. This thing is, boy, it's the weirdest thing in the world. It looks like some huge Galaxy Note or something with an extra battery on it or something in a stylus. It's enormous. I don't know what these pods are for. It looks amphibious almost at a little bit, but I don't think so. It's just this huge, enormous, long beast with lots of applique armor on it to you know, soak up damage at least once or twice, and probably a punchy, fast little gun, and then 4 pods for missiles. So this thing can really dish out some pain. The other thing that they've added here new is a test drive feature. I'm in the queue, so I can't use the test drive now, but jump on over and go to the test drive. You can really get a feel for these tanks. BMD right now, I believe, in my opinion, is just ripping people to pieces. So is the Warrior. So at tier 7, I think you go to tier 7 and tier 8 games. I've not seen any tier 9s at a tier 7, so hopefully there's enough people. They may do it. You can clearly see that the tier 7 is pretty much the bottom of the queue. They're having some sort of a special today, the Veterans Day weekend, or Veterans special that started today. Let me show you the top damage in the game, and it's that Draco. And this thing does 10,537 damage per minute. Of course, it's a small little gun, but it's a punchy gun. And then this thing's not far behind it. Excuse me, the BMP7, the 3M. It's down to 3K. But if you can get to this B1 Draco, I mean, look at that thing, 10.5. It's crazy. And the nice thing about it, the thing I like about it is it comes with your own condo. Yes, there's water in here. There's a young lady or young man, whatever you prefer, to make your dinner, and you can have tea with. And I believe in the back there's even a bunk. That thing is enormous. I don't even know what you would do inside of that thing. I don't know what it's for. I think it looks like a chassis for a self-propelled gun that they've converted to a tank destroyer or something. I have no idea, but holy cow, it's enormous. Hooray, we finally got in. Global Ops is on one map at this point. I know that Armored Warfare has plenty of maps. They've got Excuse me. They've got plenty of maps, and I really enjoy their map design. It appears that they've really thought it out, and there's very few places that you're going to run into that are going to give you trouble, that you're going to get stuck in, or that seems like an OP spot that you just can't dig anybody out of, and blah blah blah. So all that stuff. So clearly there hasn't been any artillery. Why don't I try that on the next match? You guys have been sticking around, one or two of you. Anyway, I'm playing this light tank a lot and getting into the cap circle and showing you what it looks like. Let me show you the difference of what Artie looks like on the next go around here, and we'll see what you think. It's very different. Very different, and well, I don't know, it depends. If I play Artie, I know that the minimum queue time on artillery is 2 minutes, so we're going to get a minimum 2-minute queue added to whatever time frame it takes to get this. So maybe we won't. It's been rough to get some games tonight, so maybe I won't worry about artillery. It doesn't appear to be that many anyway in the queue. Oh no.
Identified.
Oh, there's a good shot for 469. I'm gonna switch over to some heat. I don't know if I don't think I've got any help. No one is here to help me shoot these folks. Please help. Can you shoot something for me, folks? Need some sharks with laser beams on their heads or something. Something, please help.
Hostile PC.
So let's see if I can use my speed. I'm going to use some smoke. Hop around the corner, then we're not going to see me. I'm going to get up here and get on number 3. Just the whole point of this game is to get these things and to get loaded onto them as much as I can. Now here's something that I'm not going to do. I'm not going to engage this guy. I'm just going to leave him and let him. I know that he's fighting an enemy, so I'm going to engage the enemy. Let him just continue to pop on. Let I don't know if I'm going to get away with this, though, because I don't have any help.
Identified.
Hostile tank.
Well, appeared that I had him, but so our whole team's gonna go for 1 and 2. Gosh, they haven't even taken 1, but 3 is we're gonna have a heck of a time taking. So I'm gonna bust up here to 1, see if I can get the campers up on the top to try and take a cap point, please. Let's see. Come on. Take the cap point. You guys, please help us out here. We need to take a cap point. My goodness. Okay, so if they jump on 1, we'll be okay, I guess. And we can get 2, but right now they have the only cap point done. Well, they have 2. So now they're going to be pushing all the way through to the AI on 3. So I'm more apt to just let 3 die, let it go. So. There again, the challenger didn't even want to hold on to the cap point. He's going to push through and try and take out the resistance. I guess that's one way to do a strat. That's one way to do it. We'll load up some heat. We've got some fairly light armored vehicles here that are trying to run away. Now we've got a heavy vehicle that's going to be coming around the corner. You can clearly see that we can get some... now I'm actually in the cap circle, and these guys can play around and do what they want to do around the rock, but I'm actually trying to take what we need to take, which is the cap! The cap, fella! The cap! Hopefully that guy stays alive. Uh-oh. Nope. But this guy's going to probably pop around the corner, thinking he's got me. Matter, buddy. Took your track out and There we go. Nice. Okay, so I finally got some help. So we've got that one. Hopefully we can get the second cap. This is kind of an odd game so far. Being a little bit weird. I'm going to look into the cap area here and see if I can load some heat and do some damage to these folks. Oh, good. I hit his space armor. Dang it. There's 614 in the rear. Bam. I think I'm getting overrun here. There's a couple of guys coming at me, so. Oh, that guy fell. Nice. 34 damage, not much, but okay, so we kept this one long enough. Now we're going to stay on Overwatch up here, if I can. Who's that shooting? Is that? Oh, that's AI. Stay on Overwatch if we can. And, whoa. All right. I don't even know where that came from. Oh, the Centurion. Centiaro, whatever. Anyway, they're trying to flank around, which will be good, so I'll stay in the exact same spot. You can change each location, whichever you want, and then if you make a mistake, you can go back and push control, and then pick a different spot before your timer runs out. That's kind of nice. All right. Go, Force, run! So we can get in there. Santiago is going to sit here and do Overwatch again, so we're going to have to go rush him. Oh no, he went in. Good for him. He's coming after the Challenger. Our guy just got whipped again. We've almost got it. So I need to get in there and do what I can. Woo! Broken wheel for you, sir. Broken wheel for you.
We took a hit.
And you're dead. And I'm going to try and I want to pass this guy and get to this bunker. They cannot take the bunker. Oh, dang. Damn weasel in there. Just OP rockets, man. Look at that little thing. Those bunkers are really dangerous. The bunkers we've got to take. But we're losing by almost 1,000 points. Go after a point. Including me. Oh boy, now they're getting the bunkers. This is not going to be fun. Well, sometimes when the games turn out like this and they get the bunkers, you can see now they put these two bunkers that are in our way. We're going to start taking missile fire from these guys here any second. Oh boy, any second. Why does it do that? I don't like the zoom. I'm going to start taking missile fire from this thing any second.
Target locked on.
Dang it. So now they've got these things kind of in the way. They still count as damage. You can still do plenty of damage. You still do plenty of damage attacking those, but I don't know. I'm much more fond of winning. Gosh, they got another set of bunkers. I don't know what to do now. It'll be like 3 bunkers they've got from us, so it's kind of crazy. Sometimes the spawns, I think they're kind of random in the beginning of the game. So sometimes I've noticed that, I mean, the winning team can get just tremendous amounts of the winning team can get more of the spawns on their side of the UAVs and the bunkers and things like that. It appears, and I'm not 100% positive, but it appears that these things just kind of randomly spawn, not based on who's winning or who's not. So maybe they'll change that. I don't know. And maybe they have, and I'm just not noticing something. So there's a lot of things I don't tend to notice. So. Bad loss, 1,300 or something, man. This is, as long as you keep moving, these missiles don't tend to follow. Well, I'll just farm as much damage as I possibly can at this point because, yeah, I don't want to say that it's a lost cause, because it never is, but I'm going to get as much damage as I possibly can, so. Whew. That was a rough one. Yeah, they did on the pillboxes or the bunkers. That guy just commented. He said, "Good job on the pillboxes, the red team," and they did. Boy, they were Johnny on the spot on those. I'd have to go back through the replay, but I think they even took some of the ones that spawned on our side. So they, yeah, they clearly did a fine and dandy job. Way to go, chops. Way to go. Ah, good. I get to show you the one who stuck through the game. Way to go, man. Thanks a lot. I get to show you what this darn thing is, the performance reward. So up in here, you've got now these performance rewards, and they're kind of like some of the PvP games that I've played. Anyway, I get to show you what these boxes are about. Clearly, they go all the way up into the platinum boxes. I'm not so sure if they're active or if I'm just not a good enough player to get those. One of the two. There, now we've got a bronze credit insignia, and it just gave me $5,000 and a big old auto repair kit. So I'll click on this. It'll take me to these things, and oh look, I've got several. So in the next game, this will help my crew by 2.5% for one match. I'll get more credits. I can only put one there, or I can get five credits, so I guess I'm going to gamble and just say that I'm going to have a ho-hum game. Global reputation by 10, and then another reputation by 10, and then, of course, you can get crew experience in the whole 9 yards. So that's the new system that they've got here. Clearly, they've always had the retrofits. You work your way up in these, and they give your tanks bonuses and things, but you have to, if you notice, you have to unlock those 3 other tanks in order to be able to improve this. So if I want one of these, like this magnetic actuator, I have to actually play 2 more artilleries in order to get the damage and the aim time from that. So anyway, let's play around. Let's jump into the queue. Let's play around with a couple of buffs that we've got. Look at the upgrades. Do I have enough to buy this? Yes, I do. So we'll get some more credits. We'll burn through this because I'm clearly just expanding. I'm not going to spend more gold to go and advance the progress. I mean, I suppose I could, but I don't think it's going to advance very far. What, there's 135,000, so I guess I could try and do all. And then there's only 7, so. You can pay gold to take the unspent vehicle reputation and dump it into to the advanced. So you can convert this stuff, which is kind of nice, but it like I said, it costs gold. So. So I arrived when this was still in beta, and a couple of tanks that they gave me when I signed on that early was this expeditionary tank and the MBT-70, which is a surprisingly good tank for Tier 6. And then, of course, the MBPT Terminator. The Terminator is just ridiculous. If you work through it and you go through Shishkin, and you finally get the Terminator 2, this thing is ridiculous. It's got slopes all around the main turret. There's no one up here. You can shoot this, you do very little damage, but it's all kinds of points to miss. These two twin cannons right here fire so quickly. This thing is just a beast of a tank. And quite frankly, the armor and the composite armor that they've got on the front of this thing, it bounces and will suck up a lot of shots. ATGMs and a gun, which means you can fire your ATGM, reloading. While it's reloading, switch to your guns. It takes, 1 second or 2 seconds to switch between the two, and then your guns are firing. And now as soon as your guns are empty and you're reloading, you switch back to your ATGMs, and within 1 second you're firing an ATGM at a target. So you can kick off some ridiculous damage. What did it say the damage was? Over 10K, something like that. Yeah, well, almost 10K, 94.28. So. I wish you could see the commendations a little bit easier, but this is the only place I know to be able to review the commendations from your past game. I've gone through each one of these, gone through the teams, gone through the details, go all the way down. I don't see a place to actually click on the commendations. Damage, accuracy, assists, vision, protection, match. Minor bonuses, major bonuses, repair and resupply. I don't see anywhere where you can really zoom in on those commendations. And then if I try and go to them, they disappear. I'm always constantly changing it, and it doesn't. Oh, it disappeared again. Anyway, that's as big as I can make the accommodations, and I can't even zoom in and hover over them to tell you what they are. So that would be nice, Armored Warfare, if you could make it to where the accommodations were in the final game report, even if it is a defeat. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, there's their server message. 24th Veterans Charity Stream continues with AW team. What? I don't understand. Oh, on Twitch. There we go. Well, very cool. Maybe they're getting into a game faster than me because it's been quite an average. So, anyway, let me show you what this Challenger turns into. So this is a pretty darn good tank, and I've got it. Let me show you with a preview of it. That's the Challenger. This is all kind of a rubberized metal armor, the applique that you can put onto the front. I've got the upgraded. And then it kind of turns into this. So it's got even more with much more sloping. This thing is a beast in game. It's such a hard thing to penetrate with all of those slopes and armors, sloping armor, and the thicknesses of the composite and everything. But wait till you see what this thing turns into. So here's the Challenger 2. Not much of a difference. I mean, yes, there's a big difference, but not much as far as the armor and a few. Well, you know what? There's a lot of a difference. There's a big difference. Okay, I get it. Challenger 2, great big top turret, but I mean, still a lot of sloping and a few other things. And then you get to the Tier 10. The and this thing is just, I mean, so it's just like the one before, but now you've got all of this applique, you've got all of this reactive armor on the sides, and then this, you know, like little barbecue antenna stand thing, kind of a thing. Holy crap, the amount of boxes on this thing is just enormous. It's just still bouncy and stuff from the front, but now you're not going to take as much damage from the side. They're going to at least have to hit you twice in order to blow through your reactive or applique armor, and then by the time they do that, then you're going to take a little bit more damage. But it's pretty incredible. So, and then all of the Russians preview and turn into this monster. I mean, this is Franken-tank, man. Look at that thing. All these weird little cutouts and stuff like that. I believe it's a completely automated turret. There's no one sitting in it. I mean, if the guys sit down in it, they sit in the inside of the turret here and rotate with the basket. But, I mean, reactive armor, composite armor, underlay, you know, just slopes galore. And, yeah, this thing has got to be just, it's got to be a beast. Must be. Anyway, I'm working towards it, so we'll get there soon. Here's the light tank that I'm going to, that I'm working my way to. That's the tier 10, and that's, I mean, that's pretty rad. it's pretty incredible. The Polish 01 or PL-01. It's a light tank with a monster gun. Does some incredible damage. I can't imagine the recoil. It must slide inside of this. I don't know, whatever this low silhouette absorbing radar coating must be on it. I don't know what this stuff is that's on all over it, but oh wait, we can find out. Details. There we go. What is it made of? Composite. It's all composite, so they're not going to say anything else other than that. So, but I mean, with a gun that does 713 penetration, to have hull armor that's at 160 millimeters, I mean, it's nothing. So you're basically playing the angles. So this game is all about the angles, all about moving and turning and juking and doing what you need to do in order to survive. I will survive. Wolfie has some pretty incredible tanks. So this is the Leopard that I have. Starts out looking like this. So the Leopard 1A5, which is the upgraded version of the light tank, and then it moves into the heavy. Then it goes into the Leo 2A, which you can get through their shop sometimes with some really cool skins on it, ice and mercenary and a couple of other things. Darn good tank, fast, really good gun, no hull armor. You're going to get penetrated all the time, so keep moving, keep playing those angles. The Leopard 2 looks exactly the same. Now is when we start to get a little bit unique. So they've taken things, they've added some applique, they've added some sloped armor to the very front. Yeah. Pretty darn cool. Lots of tubes for smoke. Big old fat butt back here to get shot in though. So, but it's got plenty of power to get this big old behemoth up and running. And then 2A5, 2A6 looks exactly the same. And then you get to the 2A7 140. And the 2A7 140 is the same type of configuration, I believe, but the body and the composite that's on here is, I mean, is radically different. Big padding up front. You know, you're probably going to take some hits from your lower plate, but anything up here is simply an auto ricochet. It's just gonna bounce all over the place. So the Leopard is a pretty darn good machine. And then of course everyone's seen the M1 Abrams, and then it goes to the XM 1A3, which is I believe the history on it is this is it's a tank that's only in concept, but that thing is ridiculous. All of this reactive armor on the sides of the tracks. You're going to take some damage through the front here if they shoot you through this and into the hull. So if you're going to give them, you know, a little bit of the hull, give them the front of the track here. Or if you're going to give them the side, try and juke them back and forth so that they hit some of your spaced armor or some of your reactive armor. And then, yeah, the little red house dome on top of it, but darn good gun. Clearly, I believe it's the one. I cannot remember or recall what this darn thing is, how big the gun is. Damage is 650 with 672 penetration, so it's not bad. It's not the best, but it's not bad. Those other Shishkins had much more damage. Yeah, prototype tank that entered early stage design in the United States Army in 2009. Future plans for the main battle tank. This, you know, it's a depiction. Basically, it's a picture. They don't know. So at this point, it's, like I said, improvements in its armor, weight, and maneuverability, but they haven't, I don't believe they've made this thing yet. So the XM1, I know they've got the M1A2, but that's as far as they've gone in development. So turret composition, reinforced depleted uranium. So this stuff is dense, man. I mean, it's incredibly dense. You're not going to point uphill very well, but you're going to peek over the top of the hill like a bomb, like a beast. I mean, this thing is 10 degrees of depression, so you'll be able to poke over a hill and nail anybody at any time. So 120 millimeter, that's what it is, armor piercing. Is that any different than the M1A2? I believe it's still the I believe it's still the same gun. 120 mil. Yep, 120 mil. A different revision, but it's still a 120 mil gun. So let's see. We've seen the Armada, the Challenger, that PLO 01, and then the Type 98. This one's quite frankly, it's only tier 8, so it's not tier 10, so it's not magical. But this tank is surprising. I mean, it's relatively bouncy. It has a little bit lesser performing gun than its counterpart in the Russian tech tree, but a tough little tank when I've come up against them. So might not be worth it, or might not be that bad. Does it give us the research? Does it give us how much it is to research it? No, there's never really a total, is there? Bummer, dude. So you finally get some better rockets along here. Thermobaric. Wow. Thermobaric ATGM. The anti-tank guided missile can be manually guided to by the player after being fired. The missile will attempt to follow the movements of your mouse, allowing you to guide it to the target. Thermobaric ATGMs function similarly to high explosive rounds. They explode in an area of effect when they hit the target, dealing splash damage. If the explosion hits the hull or one or more of the enemy vehicles, as well as dealing damage to other modules in the explosion radius. In addition, thermobaric ATGMs have the ability to generate a SPAL, even if they do not penetrate. So they're going to damage crew. So that's pretty good. The tandem. Oh, okay, so that's twin all together at once. Approved autoloader. Pretty cool deals, and that may be the biggest advantage of the Type 98s. We'll have to do some research and find out exactly what they're talking about. But yeah, so you can see through your progression, it changes. Once you get to this status, you're proven. Upon reaching 50% and proven, additional upgrades become available. So even if you've got the vehicle reputation to spend on it, you can't until you work and progress this tank up to the 50% point, which is kind of nice because you're not getting owned in a vanilla tank, whereas everybody else has got, everybody else is already battle hardened and they just played the same tank over and over again. So that's a big benefit. So, well, guys, gosh, I appreciate you hanging on here. I do not know what's going on with the queue times. We're up above almost 15 minutes. Maybe I'll jump over to their website or something like that in between and see exactly what's going on with this, with the queue times. I have no idea, but largest majority of the tanks are in Tier 7, so, I mean, goodness, all they have to do is fire. Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil. Way to go. Good job. You're a good luck charm, just when you talk about it. Open, open, open.
Driver, crank it.